Good morning. Myself, Professor Sanjeev Trivedi, Head Department of Electronics and Communication, Khwaja Modin Chishti Language University, Lucknow. Dear student, today we are going to discuss something about basic of semiconductors. What is semiconductors? Semiconductor materials. Semiconductor materials whose electronic properties are intermediate between those of metal and insulators. The interesting features about the semiconductor is that they are bipolar and current is transported by two charge carriers of opposite signs. These intermediate projects are determined by two types. One is crystal structure, bonding of characteristics. Second one is electronic energy band. Semiconductors are mainly two types. One is intrinsic and the second one is extrinsic. Intrinsic semiconductors are those which are pure and extrinsic semiconductors are those which are impure. Now we are going to discuss something about intrinsic semiconductor materials. A semiconductor which does not have any kind of impurities behavior as an insulator at 0K and behave as a conductor at high temperature is known as intrinsic semiconductor or a pure semiconductor. And the basic of two examples of intrinsic semiconductors are germanium and silicon, which are found in the fourth group, are the best example of intrinsic semiconductors. In the figure you can see intrinsic semiconductor materials are shown in the figure. Conduction holes, conduction electrons, valence holes and valence conducting electrons are shown in that. The second part, extrinsic semiconductor materials. The extrinsic semiconductor materials are those in which impurities of the large quantity are present. Usually the impurities can be either in the third group or in the fifth group of the element. Based on the impurities present in the extrinsic semiconductors, they are classified into two categories. They are as follows. One is N-type semiconductor and the second one is P-type semiconductor. When any pentavalent element such as phosphorus, arsenic or antimony is added to the intrinsic semiconductor, then the semiconductor is called N-type semiconductors. When a trivalent element such as Al, Ga or Ndum added to the intrinsic semiconductor, it is known as P-type semiconductors. In the figure you can see N-type semiconductors. The blue color which is showing, it represents the purities, and the second one is P-type semiconductors. A boron atom, atomic number 5. Boron atomic showing third electron in the outer valence shell L. In the figure you can see the covalent bond, impurities atom acceptors and the holes and the share electrons are shown in the P-type semiconductors. अब आज के बाद सेकंड हमारा जो वीडियो है वो नेक्स्ट में आपको हम शो करेंगे.